Welcome one and all to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And everyone... I just want to start by saying, everyone calm down. There's no reason to panic. The impending disaster we all worried about this weekend has been resolved because all monkeys have been accounted for after a truck with 100 monkeys crashed. Phew! Thank the Lord. They got all 100 monkeys, thanks presumably to 100 men in 100 yellow hats. One imagines. We don't know. The details are sketchy. Here's what happened so far. A pickup truck pulling a trailer transporting 100 monkeys to Six Flags, I don't know, got off I-80 in Pennsylvania, then immediately tried to get back on, at which time it was hit on the passenger side by a dump truck, tearing off the front panel of the trailer and sending more than a dozen crates tumbling out. So, flying monkeys do exist. They're all fine. The monkeys in question...
Fly, my pretties!
I auditioned, didn't get the part, I auditioned. The monkeys in question are cynomolgus monkeys, also known as the crab-eating macaque. So officers were able to track them down by staking out participating Red Lobster locations. They love Cheddar Bay biscuits. They love them. Just ride it. Ride it, baby. Ride it. There is one smaller story out there from the Smile File. Russia continues to amass troops along the Ukraine border. So President Biden is considering deploying thousands of troops to Eastern Europe and the Baltics. That headline reads way too much like a game of Risk. Let's have some headlines that sound like we're playing a nicer board game, like Hippo Hunger Remains Insatiable, or New York City's biggest landlord, This Thimble. And it's not just America. Denmark is deploying F-16 warplanes to Lithuania. France stands ready to send troops to Romania, and Spain is sending 4 fighter jets to Bulgaria. Yes, Spanish fighter jets. You can see them in action in the movie Tapas Gun. They're small.
You can share them.
Quality.
You can share them.
They're small, you're right,
Yeah.
You can share them. They're for the whole table. They're for the whole table. Ireland also chipped in. Russia was planning to hold war games 150 miles off Ireland's southwest coast, but Ireland warned that they are not welcome. Yeah, Russia, do not mess with the Irish. You anger my people. You anger my people, and we will write a folk song about your ass. Then serve you a boiled meat. So why is Putin doing all this stuff? Well, on Saturday, Britain accused Moscow of developing plans to install a pro-Russian leader in Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine, you don't want that. We just got rid of our pro-Russian leader, and he was a disaster. Whoa. Despite NATO's military buildup, the Biden administration has not given up on a diplomatic solution, according to Secretary of State and non-speaking role in a Viagra commercial. Anthony Blinken. Blinken was on The Nation Face yesterday and said that there is still at least some back and forth between Russia and the U.S. and NATO.
We started this effort of diplomacy and dialogue about 10 days ago. And in the course of that, Russia has put some ideas on the table in writing to both the United States and NATO.
Yes, Russia has put some ideas in writing, I think. I think we have a copy of that proposal. We take Ukraine. Check yes, or we take anyway. There is some, look. Yes, no, Ukraine, yes, we take Ukraine. We take Crimea, we take Ukraine. We take. Now, there is some news about former President Gold Yeller. Last week, the Supreme Court rejected his request to keep certain documents secret from the January 6th committee, and now we're finding out why he wanted to hide them so very badly. And I'll tell you all about it in tonight's edition of Exactly What You Thought, but Worse Than You Imagined. Now brace yourself, folks, because on Friday, the committee received a draft executive order from December 16th, 2020, that would have directed the defense secretary to seize voting machines. In an attempt to overturn the election, the former president wanted the military to seize the voting machines. The only thing standing between us and authoritarian takeover would have been elderly poll workers. Well, looking at my binder, I don't see a registration for fascist junta. Is that what this? Please step aside or I will gut you. Please step aside. Please. I will. Doris, I'll ask. Doris, do you have a junta, fascist? Would you please put a mask on, sir? Please put a mask on. It's got to be under J because it's not under F. It might be a minute. There's a bake sale outside if you want. Now, the White House would have turned the whole election over to the Defense Department, giving them 60 days to write an assessment of the 2020 election. No doubt that assessment would have been written by top military election analyst General M.Y. Pillow. That's a true story. True story. Is this getting through to everyone here that he was going to militarize the election and seize the votes? That 60 days was part of a desperate stalling tactic to keep the ex-president in power until at least mid-February of 2021. Man, he will do anything to ruin Black History Month. Now, how would the president... Tell me, how would the president even have that power to send the military in to halt a free and fair election count? We have no idea, because the draft executive order cites two classified documents, National Security Presidential Memorandum 13, which we knew about, and Memorandum 21, the existence of which has not been previously reported. That's quite a way to learn that secret. That's like getting a card from your parents. Happy 10th birthday, love mom, dad, and your actual dad. Happy birthday. Be bad.
That's tough.
That is. That's tough. In pandemic news, we might soon get to focus on some other kind of news, because after weeks of surging cases, Omicron cases appear to have peaked in the United States. Yes! Yes! Woo! Yeah. Woohoo! The cases are going down. I'm so excited, I almost forgot how many times in the past 6 months I've said the phrase, woohoo! The cases are going down. Cases have fallen here in New York, as well as in Colorado, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Florida. In fact, Florida just reported its first confirmed case of someone without COVID. That's good. There you go. Take a second. Stop. Hit a little bit later. We're not out of the Omicron woods yet, unfortunately. As one epidemiologist put it, it's important for people not to be like, oh, it's over. It's not over until we get back to a lull. Ah, yes, a lull. Famously, when something is completely over. Well, it appears we've reached a lull in the zombie attack. Let's all put down our weapons and rest our delicious brains here for a nap in the cemetery. Even though Omicron cases are going down, hospitals are still slammed. In fact, some are asking workers with COVID to return, even if they may be infectious. All right. Shortness of breath, dizziness, and constant diarrhea. Okay, what are your symptoms, sir? Hospitals, because it's me, I'm the doctor.
Right.
And then hospitals may have no choice. They need all hands on deck because they're already facing critical staffing shortages. Well, fine, we just need to attract new healthcare workers. Come here, nurses. You like this, right? We used to do hey, nursey. That's why we banged them last year, right? You know what?
Yeah.
You know what the guys in the sound booth really love? This. You got that, Pierre? You got that?
Oh, Pierre, man.
Somebody just quit in the control room. There you go. CDC guidance on this is a little fuzzy. They say healthcare workers who test positive can keep working uninterrupted in a crisis. Could you be more specific? Everything is a crisis now. We're in year 3 of a plague. Russia is threatening World War III, and the green M&M is slightly less sexy. How am I supposed to eat a candy I don't want a bone? I don't understand. Skittles just don't do it for me. I'm sorry. Skittles just don't turn me on. It's not just that infected hospital workers can stay on the job. There's also no requirements that patients be notified if their caregiver is sick unless an infected worker spends more than 15 minutes with them at a distance of less than 6 feet. So they should just make all procedures socially distanced. Okay, Mr. Phillips, to be safe, I'm gonna do this colonoscopy from across the room. But don't worry, sir. I've played a lot of skee ball. Here we go. Oh! I'll take the little alligator, please. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Kristen Stewart and Jonathan Van Ness. But when we return, I answer some real questions from real kids. Yours.